Here we are doing the new album with Anthony Joseph and having a great time doing it.
I'm a poet, which is I think a small word with a huge meaning and responsibility. I think what I have been doing since I was like 11 or 12 is trying to find unique ways, new ways of describing experience, of describing life, death. So it's about extremes. It's about going to the extremes and bringing back the description of the experience in a new way.
Taking the rented car back to the depot, but the backlight bust and the ankle bend.
Compared to the last album, I mean, Caribbean Roots was a very specific project in terms of the vision of it was looking at the whole Caribbean. This one is about Trinidad, and I think being here gives the album a really different feel to the last one, a different sound, different energy, which is, I guess, more homely, more personal, warmer.
He was trying to change his ways. He was trying to make amends for all the promises he never kept.
Venir faire un disque à Trinidad avec Anthony, ça paraît être un peu la logique totale.
He just come home and connect, you know, and that's a serious thing. I treasure that plenty.
When I met Anthony, he had come from Trinidad. I met him in London in the UK. And now through music, we are back in his home in Trinidad. And so it has that meaning. It's like you complete the circle.
Recording in Trinidad has always been a dream. It's literally a dream for me, something that I thought of doing but didn't really think it was possible because it was just so expensive to do, to bring a band. I think also that I wasn't spiritually ready, I think, to come back to Trinidad. I am now, and everything has kind of come together at the right time. I mean, my relationship with Heavenly Sweetness, Frank de Colonge, which is like working together for 10 years now. I think now is the time for me to deliver an album here with, you know, in these circumstances, living together, making an album together with really special guests, you know. I think this is the time.
Take out your eye, take out your eye, take out your eye. Well, love you, man, let me take all you got. Take out your eye, take out your eye.
Half the band is in the UK. Some of the band is coming from France, and then we've come over here to Trinidad to put the band together.
On est complètement en immersion. Et voilà, je pense que j'espère que ça se ressentira sur l'album, mais on passe un moment assez agréable.
Being here, I know, in a way, it kind of makes you feel a bit more connected to the roots of whatever it is that you're playing. It just gives you space to think. You get to hear your own thoughts. You get to process everything, you know. So you come out freely as you play. You know, you're complete yourself in everything you play.
Trinidad is a very magical space, you know, very magical place. So it's about trying to capture that, you know, and using different mediums to bring that through, like Brother Resistance, Tree Canal, Len Boogsy Sharp. All of these people are like, if you imagine them as pools of energy that we have in Trinidad. So it's about pulling the energy of Trinidad together through these people and through my musicians and, you know, in a beautiful spot.
Anthony's music is very unique.
Very broad in its genre, I think. It has jazz in it, it has calypso, it has soca, it has funk. It has all these extremely cool and fun things to be doing.
I like his style, I like his music. I think it's very touching.
The way Anthony works, he likes to improvise, he likes to jam, which for the most part is cool. I'm primarily a jazz saxophone player, so I understand the importance of spontaneity and injecting that. But producer is ultimately, it's a fancy word for help, basically. I'm just trying to help him get the best out of the project, the best out of himself, the best out of the musicians, and the best out of the whole experience. And if I can deliver that and everyone's happy with the thing that we put on the CD or the vinyl or whatever it is, then I've done my job.
The stops, David, yeah?
It is from that section, right?
Yeah. Okay. So same drop?
This music is kind of a challenge because I usually play with an Afrobeat band, but my style is more laid back and more slow. Do 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 do.
Oh, ye monja, hey, ye monja.
A friend of mine, Kiwan, who's a guitarist on the album, he has a studio in Port of Spain. We were going to use that. I said, great, we're going to be in Trinidad, we're going to record at Kin's studio. But then Jordan, the engineer, I was speaking to him and he was like, what's the sense going all the way to Trinidad to sit in between four walls in a hot studio and record, let's do something else.
Ça a été un défi de faire cet enregistrement, dans le sens où on a utilisé une simple maison, une guest house, pour créer un vrai studio. Il a fallu jouer avec l'environnement, les pièces, pour pouvoir rentabiliser l'acoustique de la maison, pour en faire un véritable studio d'enregistrement. Plus la difficulté évidemment d'avoir trouvé le matériel ici sur place à Trinidad, qui est assez pauvre en matériel technique. C'était un enjeu assez important en organisation et puis en voyage, puisqu'on est venu avec 4 énormes valises de matériel pour pouvoir faire ce disque.
I mean, I've experienced kind of house sessions before, but to come to this location, you're very much aware that you share the planet with other things. Last night, I was the last one up. I was still on the computer doing works, but then the bats started coming in the house. It's like, well, it's our time now, and you're very aware that you're sharing a space. It's not just us coming here to do the recording. Sometimes the rain has come so strong, we just have to do something else, And the sounds that we've got, Jordan, our engineer, has done a great job in choosing the right spaces for each musician.
I've never done a recording situation where it's an entire house using different rooms. Some guys are in the bedroom, some guys are in the kitchen, some guys are in the living room. It's a real new experience.
It's so different from the studio environment. All recording sessions should be like this.
The world music is the soul and the heart of the people of the world.
C'est une expérience, en ce qui me concerne, magnifique et enrichissante. Et j'espère que ça se ressentira dans la musique.
quite poetic to come to the Caribbean and actually record this new album as well. And this is my first time in the Caribbean, so I'm excited to be here.
It's so beautiful. You know, I wish I could be around to play some more, but as you see how things go.
People came from France and England to record in Trinidad.
It's a transatlantic vibration.
It's about spreading the vibe, spreading the love, spreading the message. So big respects and all the best on the project. Boom!
Boom up history.
I say I just graduated from the bandit school. Get a master's and a PhD in breaking rules. I say my mama didn't raise me for no blinking fool. That's why I graduate tops from the bandit school. El bandito, despacito, take it to a higher level. El patrón, el diablo, el mejor, el bandito. No more bells and pants pockets, hanging on the line. No knife, no mask, no gun, no crime. Just fine, look fine, collect a check, join the line. Of course, he kick back.
The album is not me, it's not just me, it's everyone that was in this house creating an energy and a vibe for the musicians. Jason Yard, the producer, is, you know, a gem, precious. And he wrote like most of the music and arranged everything, and it's been really generous. Everyone's been really generous, so it's, you know, it's not just my album, it's everyone's album, you know.